Good afternoon. So let's start the afternoon session now. As you know, we have some people flying out today, so let's try to stick to the schedule and have these people with us as much as we can before they go. Otherwise, they will miss the plane. The last panel, this third panel, is a different topic from the two topics we started in the morning session, and the goal is to analyze this very important topic, which is paramount for early childhood development policies, and they have to do with governance, institutions, and the architecture that the countries have put in place to manage public policies. We have discussed the different ideas about quality, about integrality, and about intersectorial aspects and how to understand properly the different stages or levels of the implementation of a public policy. Now let's discuss how the countries have organized their work to manage these different frameworks of these public policies when it comes to early childhood developments. So we have three people, beloved people, very knowledgeable people about this topic. We have Maureen from Jamaica. I think all of you know Maureen. Maureen has taken part in the different proposals of public policies, and she knows the experience of managing a policy like this, and she has some special things to tell us about Jamaica, and I think that will be very interesting. It's a nice experience. We may compare with Brazilian case. Anna Elizabeth will show us some slides, but I expect you to stick to the schedule. And the same thing, we have Ana Cristina from Uruguay. She's leading the processes of Uruguay Crece Contigo program. For this panel, we have three main themes or questions. There are four questions, actually. I'll read the questions, and the idea is that each of the panel members answer these four questions in 8 minutes, and then we will open the floor for the audience. With Kimberly, we decided that I would make a small presentation that maybe exceeds a little bit my role as a moderator, and I would talk a little bit about Colombia, because the case and the structure of public policies in Colombia, they were not discussed anywhere in the agenda. So the questions that will lead our discussion now are the following. First, we should ask the panel members to tell us a little bit what's the public policy you have developed so far in your countries. You should comment also on what entities are responsible for managing and leading the early childhood development policies. Do they have specific roles? And if so, what sort of roles or actions are expected from these institutions, and what are the institutional arrangements that have been taken in order to implement these plans and programs when it comes to ECD policies? If these adjustments or arrangements have been done, what's the role of intersectorial activities? How can we understand the different sectors, how they interact to create this policy in your country or your city? or your place. Do we have any enforcement or additional mechanisms to support the early childhood development policies? This is, of course, based on the previous question and the institutional arrangements that maybe are interacting with local, regional, and national agencies, which are also important players to formulate a policy like this. So, to kick off our meeting, Maureen, please, the floor is yours. If you feel more confident here, feel free.